was trying to film this video before, like, I've tried 3 times now, right? Because my brother left, and I started a new job, so I was like, oh, thank God. This is my first time home alone in 2 weeks. I can finally film a YouTube video. Because my brother is starting summer break, and I got a new job, so I'm, like, home alone all the time with him. The second he left, my neighbor started mowing, so I couldn't do it then. And then I started again. But then my mom just bursted in the door like 2 hours before she was supposed to be home. Thankfully, she wanted to go hang out with a friend. So, now we are doing this for the 3rd time. And I started painting this. Sorry you guys don't get to see me blocking and stuff, but that's okay because I was kind of having a mental breakdown over it. And my white isn't doing the thing that it should. But anyway, yeah, I quit Spencer's, you guys. Just as a little life update, a little life hack. Life hack, no. Well, honestly, yeah, life hack, never work at Spencer's. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I got a job at a factory now, and my hands are, like, disgusting all the time, so that's fun, but at least I get paid way better, so I'm not complaining at all. This is just kind of, as you can tell, I'm already all over the place. This is very unscripted. It's just gonna be me rambling because I finally got the chance to be home alone to make something. And, this is what we're doing. We're painting Patrick Bateman, and I'm just gonna be chatting you guys up, I suppose. I have a couple things to talk about. Firstly, I would love to complain about these garters that I bought, and I put them on, and they were squeezing my legs all day, and now I can still feel them around my legs. It is so bad. It, like, hurts almost, but it's worth it because they look hot, so it's fine. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about this painting when it's done, because I'm doing that thing where you, like, block everything in, but so far, I kind of really don't like how it looks, but we're gonna keep working with it until it looks better. I probably won't finish it on camera, obviously. Honestly, that's what I meant to say. It's probably gonna take that long for me to do, especially if we have to wait for layers to dry. I have a funny anecdote from the first day at my new work, though. So, like, the FNAF trailer came out, right? So I got real excited. So I started drawing Springtrap, because I showed up at work an hour early on accident the first day. And, so I just sat down and started drawing Springtrap, and some old lady sits next to me, and she goes, "Oh, what are you drawing?" And I go, Five Nights at Freddy's, and she's just like, "Oh, cool," and then walks away, and I was so baffled by that exchange. I didn't know how to process it. It was so good. Like, so bad it's good, honestly. But I'm so excited for that trailer, you guys. Listen, I didn't have a FNAF phase as a kid. My brother had the FNAF phase, but then I heard about the movie and I was, like, actually excited about it, because I would always play it, you know, because of my brother. I wouldn't really play it by myself, though. But now I'm excited about it. You guys can probably guess why. I'm not even gonna have to say it. If you know me, you know why. You know why I'm excited about it. The colors are so muddy already. I don't know how to fix that. I mean, I know why they're muddy, but it's embarrassing, and I just dropped that too. I'm positioned so weird right now at my little desk. Let me tell you something. I never actually paint or draw or anything at this desk unless I'm filming videos. I am always doing this kind of stuff up in my bed if I'm not filming. It's so much more comfortable. I don't know why. It just is. What can we do here? This man's face baffles me because he's so gorgeous, but I can never get it right. Except that one time I did. But other than that, it takes so much work to make him look like perfect. And I don't understand. It's just because he's so beautiful, probably. I mean, it's Christian Bale. Who didn't think he was pretty? Come on, be honest with yourself. If you were a kid and you watched Treasure Island, you thought he was pretty. It's just the law. Like, every person I knew who watched Treasure Island when they were, like, 10 looked at little Christian Bale, and little 10-year-old them was, like, immediate, like, infatuation. And I feel like that's just a universal experience that everyone attracted to men can relate to. And I love that for us. I don't know. Ooh, I have a fun story. Okay, I thought of one. So one time, back when I was working at Spirit Halloween, right? This was sometime in October, probably the beginning of October. This guy walks in, right? And he has, like, long hair. He looks like maybe late 40s. He's got a man bun, and he looks, like, shockingly like Johnny Depp. And I'm, like, making eyes at him as I'm, stalking things, because I'm like, gosh, that's a pretty man, And then this little girl who's running around, she calls him Grandpa, and I feel my heart shatter into a million little pieces. I was so disappointed. This man was a grandfather. I was making eyes at a grandpa, and I felt so weird after, and then he, like, showed me his costume he did for the grabber, and it took everything in me not to start hyperventilating. Because there was a hot man who dressed up as a slasher in the store, and I was, like, wild. Another thing is, apparently, I've mentioned him before, but Brian, the dude who adopted me, who dressed up like Michael Myers, I recently found out he was a grandfather, and I felt so betrayed. Just, like, apparently he has a granddaughter who is, like, 3 years old, in Florida, and I was just, like, stunned by this information. I didn't know what to do. Patrick looks so bad right now. Oh my god. I'm doing him so dirty. I hope I fix him. I hope we can salvage this. Anyway, I might walk down to this ice cream place that's by my house and get some, like, dinner, but, I don't know. I'm in a skirt and I don't feel like getting kidnapped. So, my gosh, you guys. You don't know how worried I am when I go out in a skirt. I don't know how feminine presenting people. How do you guys do this all the time? I get so paranoid when I'm in a skirt. We're just gonna cover up his nostrils and redo those. But yeah, really, like, props to you, femmes, honestly. Because, like, when I'm out and about in a skirt, I get so scared that I'm gonna get, like, weird comments or, like, kidnapped or something. I don't know. It's probably a bit of an irrational fear, but also not really. Because I think the statistic is, like, half of everyone ever has been, like, talked to inappropriately if they're assigned female at birth or something like that. I forget the actual statistic, but it's, like, frighteningly high. So my condolences, ladies, really. Well, ladies and theys and he's who were born as she's. All you guys. I'm also I'm one of you. I'm one of the LGBT community, actually. I love putting on the nerd voice so much when I'm with my brother. It's so fun to do. He goes, actually? And then we'll start saying facts about, like, Star Trek and stuff. It's so good. Speaking of Star Trek, I love Data. I love Data so much. I forget who it was. Oh, it was my friend from high school who works at my new job. We started talking about Star Trek, and I told them I've only ever watched Next Gen, and they were like, what the hell? Star Trek is great. And I was like, I only watched Next Gen for one person, and she looked me dead in the eyes and was like, it's Data. And I went, how did you know? Like, how? Am I that obvious? I don't think I'm that obvious. There's no way. But I don't know. It upset me greatly. It still does. Oh, poor Patty. He looks like Voldemort right now. Also, on the other side of this, there's like a really cute, like, little thing I did. So I hope I don't, like, hate this, because then I'm stuck with it, because I love this. So it's gonna be upsetting if I don't like where this goes. Maybe I should let it dry a little, because like wet into wet is gonna keep blending and keep looking bad. So while we wait, I'm gonna put that over there, my paint. I'm gonna chug Gatorade real quick, and we're gonna draw something on this side of the page while we wait for this to finish doing its thing. Thankfully, acrylic paint dries pretty fast in my experience, so we, in theory, should not have many problems with that. However, I have no clue what to draw. I know. We'll do... Oh, I wanted to draw some barn owls. Yeah. Will it make sense to draw barn owls next to Patrick Bateman? No, it won't. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because they freak me out, but they're also very, very charming at the same time. Like, they look like aliens, and I hate that about them, but I also love that about them. Does that make any amount of sense? Probably not, but it's just how this chair is so squeaky. Anyway, that's how I am. That is how I am. It is so hard to get a good angle from the way this is positioned without getting, like, my head in the frame. But anyway, I'm gonna take this little moment to interject and be like, oh my God, I hate myself, you guys. Anyway, go follow my Instagram if you don't, because I think they maybe shadow banned me or something, because, like, everything I post on there gets no attention whatsoever. I don't know why. It makes me very disappointed and sad. I don't know. Instagram is where I get a lot of my... It's where I started, honestly, and I used to be really popular on there, and then I started a new account, and nobody gives a crap about me over there anymore because I quit drawing Loki fan art. I still think that is so... It's so funny. Because, like, I was getting sick of him, and then the show came out, and I really, really loved him. Like, I was getting more content than I had in the 3 years that I'd been in the Marvel fandom. I was so pumped, excited even. And then it turned out to be bad. So there was like a good 3 weeks where I was happy. And then it just all went to shit, and I was like, well, this sucks. And then I just gave up shortly after that and started fresh little meat. That was so bad. Also, if you're new to the channel, hi. I'm so flattered that you're here. I know that sounds like sarcasm, but it's not. I really am. Of all those videos you could have, of all the videos you could have watched, you're watching mine, and that's amazing. There was a fun fact about YouTube I was about to spew, but then I forgot it. I don't know. You guys probably have heard it before. It's that one where it's like, oh, this many hours of new content are uploaded onto YouTube every day. I think it's like 2 million or something crazy like that. I forget. But I know it's a lot. You're just... Sources, trust me, bro. It's so much. Everybody is on the internet so much these days. It is insane, because I used to be one of the people... Well, at first I didn't care, and then I was one of the people that was like, oh, the internet is for, like, people who don't have anything. Aw, that's a cute bar now. But anyway, I was like, the internet is for people who don't have anything better to use their time, and now I like get the appeal. It's just for depressed people, basically. That's why there's no extroverts on social media as much. I just called out all of my viewers. Oh, I know if you're watching me, you probably have at least some kind of mental health problem, so it's okay, you guys. We're all in this together. We're bad mental health solidarity. Please go get medicated and therapy. Please, for the love of God. It will help. I forgot to take my meds yesterday, and I was so irritated the whole day. And the worst thing was, I knew that I forgot to take them. It wasn't like a, man, why am I so grumpy right now? No, I knew exactly why I was grumpy, and I was mad at myself for forgetting until the morning when I couldn't do anything about it. It was so bad. I'm not focusing on layout at all. I'm just kind of drawing these birds wherever, but it's fine. How are they even related to Patrick Bateman? I don't know. I mean, I drew Scooby-Doo and Art the Clown on the same spread last time. I remember seeing a video, and somebody was like, oh, if you get sketchbooks that aren't spiral bound, you gotta start thinking about spreads as like one cohesive page. And I just remember, I was like, fuck that. You know? I do that sometimes, but it's usually very rare, and it tends to work out okay, at the very least. There are a few times when it doesn't, but like, usually it ends up all right. I just make it work. I bullshit my way through it, and it becomes okay. This owl is so scrunkly. Oh my god. Let me erase this one, because this other owl I found is in a very similar pose, so it'll probably take up like the same amount of space, but I like this picture better. So hold on. Getting eraser shavings everywhere. You know we are. That is still wet. Good to know. Man, what else do I talk about here? Oh, I have another fun story. Okay, so the year is 2013, I think, right? Little me, I'm in 3rd grade. I am 9 years old, I think. Yeah, 9. I'm 9 years old. The friends I had at the time, because, you know, how in 1st grade you can just go up to anyone and be friends with them no matter what, because cliques don't exist. The friends I had at the time were very obsessed with Justin Bieber. Now, I personally had a vendetta against him. I don't know why. This was before he had any good music out. He still only had, okay, this might be a little controversial, but I only like 5 of his songs, okay? Please don't hate me. But this was before any of those 5 songs were even out, and he just annoyed me. He got on my nerves, and I hated that he had my initials. He had JB. Those are my initials, and I was so upset about it. However, I wanted to fit in. So little me saves up their allowance money, goes to the book fair. All of little me's friends are buying this little biography about Justin Bieber. Now, I think it was $9. It was about an 80-page book, if I remember correctly. And it was just a little biography about Justin Bieber that they were selling to, second graders. And I remember asking the lady, what did I say? I asked where the Justin Bieber book was at, and she said, take a look around and you'll find his handsome face. And I remember internally gagging. I was like, no way, this lady just said that to me. But I persevered. I found the book, picked it up, got one of those little erasers that smell like peppermint or whatever it is, and I took it up to the counter, paid, and then I was so embarrassed when I got home, when I brought this book home. It worked. Everyone thought I was cool just like them. But at what cost? I now owned a biography about Justin Bieber, and I was going to have to hide it from my parents, or else they would think that I had a crush on him. And, that would just be detrimental, okay? That would not be good. So I hid this book under my pillow, and I was a reader back then, so I had a little reading lamp. I had a little pile of books in my bed. So I remember that night, took the book out, read the whole thing in one sitting before bed. Said, that was the dumbest thing I've ever read. Put it back in my book bag, and the next day I remember taking it to school, and I had it in my coat at recess, because I had a little secret pocket thing to put things in, and so I put the book in there, and I remember all of my friends asking me to also put their books in my coat, to which I of course agreed. So after recess, I think I put the book in my locker because I didn't want to take it home. And then a few days later, one of my friends mentions how her sister stole her copy of the book. So I said, don't worry. I went into my locker, I gave her my copy of the book, and she went, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And I probably did sound more enthusiastic than I should have. I'm gonna save my reference pictures so that way I don't lose them. But anyway, I probably sounded more enthusiastic than I should have, but I did not care. I wanted this thing gone. I wanted it out of here. Where did my other owl picture go? That's unfortunate, because I just lost it. I'm so bad at this, you guys. Oh, there it is. But anyway. Yeah, so I gave it away as quickly as I could, and that was the last time I ever gave into peer pressure. The last time. I said that fitting in is dumb, and if I have to pretend to be something I'm not, I'd rather just be by myself. And that was okay with me. Because I learned a lesson that usually takes people a long time to learn, and I'm grateful for this. But I learned very early on in life, thanks to this Justin Bieber biography, that, you know, I gotta be me, and if people don't like me for me, they can deal, and the real ones will stay. Unfortunately, I didn't always, listen to that lesson. But, I've not always been the most wise. In fact, I think I was wiser or more wise. I don't know which one's correct. I think I was more wise as a child than I am now. Because for my age, I was very wise, and now I just pretend like I am. Like, I'll give the best advice, but then I do not follow it. I will do fuck all. It's so bad. But what are you gonna do? I could guilt trip myself into listening to me, I guess. But whatever. It's fine. I'm okay. What the hell? Have you guys ever seen baby barn owls running? That is horrific. What in the world did I just see? Oh my god. Okay. Please, does anyone else think these things are scary? I have to know. Because it's barn owls and it's Afghan hounds are two animals that are just irrational fears. They scare the crap out of me for absolutely no reason. I'm sure they're very cute in person, but like pictures of them just creep me out so bad. Hence why I'm drawing. Yeah, exposure therapy. I'm sure it works, and I won't be scared of these things at all by the time we're done. Ugh. I remember one time I saw okay, I have to explain my train of thought here. My school librarian is terrified of bats. She will not go near bats. She was traumatized by bats as a kid, and now she hates bats. But anyway, so I saw a bat at the Michigan Wren Festival, and it was so cute, and I wanted to pet it, but I did not want rabies. But it let me get really close to take a really cute picture of it, and I love that bat, and I think about him so often. So often. He's so cute. And it was shortly after that I finally went and got my bat tattoos. Because, he's just so freaking cute. No, I'm not going to make any promises I won't keep, actually. I was going to say I'll put a picture of him up, but, who knows if I will. So if I don't, just ignore everything I just said in the past, 20 seconds. Anyway, is Patrick dry? Still no. I'm just smearing shit around with my finger now and making it worse. Okay. Dude, all my paint is gonna dry before he does. Acrylics are so finicky like that, but oils take too long to dry. And watercolors aren't pigmented enough. So I really don't paint all that often. And I know what you're saying. You're like, oh, well, gouache is like watercolor, but it's a little more vibrant. And to that I say, every time I've tried to use gouache, I just end up using it like watercolor. And I don't know why, but my brain is like, oh, this is very clearly watercolor. The beauty of a barn owl, and it is the scariest picture I've ever seen in my life. I wonder what happens if we search barn owl scary. Hold on. Oh my god. This video should just be titled, me having a breakdown over barn owls. They're so cute and horrifying at the same time. I do not understand. Oh my god. Okay. It's that video of the barn owlets that are like gyrating their necks. That thing is horrifying. Oh my god, you guys. Look. Whoa. I don't like that. Oh, I just knocked something over. Drop a like and a comment if you hate barn owls. Me and all my homies hate barn owls. I'm kidding. I feel bad for hating them because some pictures they're cute, and some of them they're not. It's a 50-50 really. They look like how I imagine the ghost of Christmas Past from Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol looking. Oh, when its head is upside down. Too bad you guys can't see what I'm seeing. This must be really boring. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't like how they tilt their heads sideways. It's not nice. It's not very cool. You know, we're gonna go back to painting Patrick. I don't even care that he's not all the way dry. We're just gonna go back to that, because I can't keep looking at these owls for the sake of my dreams tonight. I cannot do. I don't even know what I'm mixing this color for right now, but, you know, we're just gonna put it somewhere and hope that it looks okay in the spot that we put it. Because my painting process is just like that. Trademark. So it's so all over the place. So today at work, the dude who I like stand next to, who like we work on our station together, making our parts. So he took a piece of cardboard today and he drew bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls on it. So I wanted to one-up him because that's just how I am. So I took a piece of cardboard and I drew Scooby and Shaggy on it. And he looked quite impressed. At least I think it was a look of being impressed. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I just had this primal urge. I always get this urge to just, like, if I see somebody do something cool, I have to immediately be cooler than them. And it's actually a very toxic trait that I need to work on. But I do not care. It's so satisfying to be cool and impressive, and I love being commended by other people. That is my favorite word, is commend. I love attention seeking. God, not really. I don't know what to do when I get attention, to be honest. I'm like as exuberant as I am on camera, I'm like the opposite of that at work. I am so like I hunch over and I'm kind of disturbing and like, I don't know. I give weird vibes, I think. Because, you know, instead of talking to people on my breaks like a normal person, I play Five Nights at Freddy's on my phone. Who does that? Me. That's who. And I don't know. I'm like the kind of person that would scare my younger self off. Like, I always remember wondering, like, oh, I wonder what I'll be like when I'm a grown-up. It's nothing good. We'll just say that. Like, I'm sitting here being afraid of barn owls, talking to nothing for a YouTube channel. It's so bad. But I've gotten so many nice comments that are like, oh, your draw with me's make me feel like I'm drawing with a friend. And that makes me so happy when you guys tell me that. So actually, even though it feels weird for me, it's worth it. because I'm helping other people feel less alone, so it's fine. Dude, okay, so I went to this Oddities Expo, right? And it was down in Columbus, and I was like, oh, I'll cosplay, because I have so many cosplays that I never get to wear, because I live in the middle of nowhere, and I don't ever get the chance to go to conventions. So I was like, I'll just cosplay at this Oddities Expo. It'll be fine. And I went as Shaggy, and I was carrying around Scooby, my little Scooby plushie I have, right? And me and my friend went to go eat at, like, this Creole place after, and I was, like, waiting for my food, and he mentioned something about my Scooby, and I was like, yeah, I'm Shaggy. And he was like, you look like more of a Velma. I was like, I'm dressed as Shaggy. And he's like, well, can you do the voice? So I had to. Thankfully, I won't do it for you guys, because it's probably so bad, actually, and I barely have enough confidence to, like, do it when I'm not gonna hear it myself. But I busted out the voice, and I was like, dude, I am so totally qualified to be Shaggy. And he was like, oh, all right. And, like, I had to prove myself, and it made me sad. Because, like, I know I look like more of a Velma because I have glasses, but, like, really, I had the green V-neck and the khakis on. How can you make that blunder? You know? It was so upsetting. This thing is, maybe I should just, like, leave it like this and let the brain do the blending. Make people who are looking at this artwork think. Like, you guys can figure it out, so that way I don't have to. No, I'll probably make it better, and I'll put it up on the screen, because there's no way I'm finishing this in any sort of a timely manner, and I will probably leave it sit for a week and then come back and finish it, if we're being honest. So, I don't know. Honestly, no, I'll probably post this video, like, as soon as I can, and then upload the finished piece, like, onto my community tab. That's what we'll do. And it'll also go on my Instagram when it's finished, so you can go check, like, one of two places if this video has been out for a little while. And if it hasn't, and you're watching it just as it comes out, you're just gonna have to be patient with me, because painting is so hard. I don't know how people paint on a regular basis. Like, I do it sometimes because I'm like, oh, it's good practice. It helps me learn colors. Like, you know, I should probably just do it every once in a while just to do it. But, like, I don't know. Actually, it doesn't look that bad on the camera. I've just glimpsed. Okay. It looks okay from up there. Up close is a whole different ball game. But we'll fix him. We'll do it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up because, you know, I can't even talk anymore. It's bordering on about 40 minutes long. And that is a little too long for one video. It's about to be longer than my sketchbook tour. Like, what? So, thank you for joining me. I hope I kept you a little bit of company if you needed it. And, apologies for how unorganized this was. I was just kind of, you know, talking out of my ass and seeing what happened. But it went pretty well, I think. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing and liking the video. And, bye.